Hi guys, how are you? It's Diane, ArtsyWisdom, for coming by. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for all your likes, your comments. Um, Everybody's just been really great, and I'm glad I could bring something of value to you on this channel. I do tarot, but a lot of times I get visions. I channel souls that are here have departed sometimes. A lot of politics. I'm not a fan of Trump, so if that's what you're looking for, this might not be the channel for you. Uh, Try to bring light and calmness to the world at the same time. So today, first of all, first of all, I love you guys. I love all my lovely viewers and just people passing by. Everybody deserves to be loved. Sending that out there. And I wanted to send blessings and peace out to the world in general. The energy is super heightened, super scary. It triggers a lot of people right now. Obviously, the Michigan shooter that drove into that Mormon church, those people didn't deserve that. I don't know what happens in a person's mind that does that. But let's send healing to the world and to those families and to his family, to whoever that needs it. Let's send love and light to all the people in all the world who are really struggling right now to calm the energy. So we take a breath before we jump to conclusions. We ask everyone take a breath before they react. Take a breath and be in your body. And things are not always as they appear. Even that AI post that Trump put out that showed, he reposted it, and it was some medbed miraculous thing that they've created, and it's not real. It's not real, but he reposted it. There was a fake AI using Lara Trump on Fox News and making it look like it's real. So we have to question everything. So don't assume, all right? We're all connected. We're all good in humanity. We all are. It's just there's a created, imagined world. So we have to reimagine it, right? In a higher, more peaceful way. All right. Just wanted to start off there. And full moon is coming in Aries next week, or at the end of this week, October 6th. It's opposing Libra, of course. I did the full moon last month. I'm going to do that again. You guys seem to like that. So I'll post that for each sign. Real quick, a little blurb for each sign. And that opposition and where that lands in, in those houses. And so I'm going to do that soon. But today I did a video the other day on the Atlas 3i, and I think that's how you pronounce it, Atlas 3i. And one of my viewers had asked me to look into this Avi Loeb. He's a doctor at Harvard who is a physicist, I think. Anyway, he's very, very smart. And I saw him on the breakdown with Mayim Bialik. And he's a lovely man because he says we should stay curious. As scientists, we have to stay curious. We have to look at things, not because sometimes we can't even understand them. And he's investigating that comet, what looks like a comet. It's made up like the materials. I guess they over 200 different data collection all over the world are analyzing its makeup. And it's a little bit unusual, the alloys or the material that it's made up of. So it's still there. Most of the other scientists out there believe it's still a comet, but it's not acting correct. But he seems to think that it's going to travel between the Earth and the Sun just at the right time, and Mars and Jupiter go in this right specific spot, so we won't be able to visually see it. So his idea is we have to stay curious. Who knows? So I'm fine with that. So let's look into the alien possibility or the ET or any kind of thing, because we can't even imagine anything, right? We don't know what we don't know. So today I'm going to start off with my animal spirit, because you guys know I love my animals. Colette Baron Reed Animal Spirit Oracle cards. I hardly pull these out. And and some of you know, I have an owl spirit that comes to me and we talk. And I just drew him recently. I think I might make some, like a mug or something, or do something with his art, because I'm an artist too. And those of you who don't know, that's Avi. Something, it's very windy today, so a tree broke. So my husband just was yelling about a tree that broke. Atlas 3i. What is. In the last reading, I saw it as a big shift, a big change. Energetically, it's part of the larger movement energetically in the universe. We're shifting, planets are changing. It's going in, Pluto's in Aquarius, which it hasn't done for what, 200 and some year, 250 some years, when the United States became a country. It's about that same time. So we're reliving that. We're reassessing. Pluto and Aquarius is about humanity and community and the collective. So the energy of this is very interesting. The timing is very interesting. It's curious. And nature doesn't move, I mean, except for maybe lightning or miracles, which happen every day, by the way. Nature moves, there's a slow movement. And sometimes as humans, we think, our lives are short comparatively, and we want things to change, or we just assume everything comes from our perspective, from our human filter, but nature and the universe moves at its own rate. I swear I'm getting to the Atlas thing. It's asking me down here. Panther spirit, dog spirit, and then this one right here, which is watch and wait. So these have Panther spirit, which I love these cards. Very dynamic and very cool. Reclaim your power. I'm taking that as not just human power. I feel like the power of the universe. I feel like that is what they're saying. Dog spirit is be loyal to what you love. And that's us. And that's our earth. Be loyal. Recalibrate to what's important. And then we have the seahorse spirit. Watch and wait. These animals all have little fluffy things on their heads and decorative things. Is it? I also have these. These are my ethereal visions with Matt Hughes. They're kind of cool because they're bold and shimmery. Oh, justice is on the bottom. I noticed this here. Let's see. Atlas 3. I do think it's different. I feel like it's made up of some other material. Like they say, it is supposedly something with nickel. It doesn't have enough nickel, or it has too much nickel or something. And some people have said, there's another doctor, which I read, she believes it's a star seed, in the way that planets, or planet seed, how they form, or they get together and they have this spinning motion, generalizing, and they pull, the gravitational pulls that together. And because sometimes it can't collect enough, this is sort of a planet seed where it's thicker and bigger. And so she suggests that's what this is. And that's how some planets were formed. That seems more accurate to me. That seems more accurate. I do think there's aliens out there, there's ETs, and I think we will be contacted, or we will make contact within our lifetimes, maybe within 40 years. I mean, maybe not my lifetime. Hopefully, that would be nice, but I don't think so. Things are speeding up. But the dynamic between that Atlas, comet, or whatever it is, material, that planet seed, is related to our world, is related to the movement of the planets. It is related to all that is out in the universe. But I don't feel like it's alien at this time. Okay. They're out. That's just not it. To the Canadian postal workers, everything is changing. They still want to do daily deliveries, and a lot of people appear. The land is vast. Canadian, I think it's the second largest landmass besides Russia. Asia, I guess that would be, or Russia and Asia. It's a lot of space. And for them to deliver It's harder, and there's fewer people here, a lot fewer, 10% of what the states have in Canada in this large space. I think it's just harder. I think the postal workers, if I'm in their energy, if I'm them, they're angry and they're scared. I feel a sense of fear. Um, Wait, what's this is weird. I feel there's me, the postal, and there's a small little thing over here. That's weird. What is this? It's kind of crusty, and it's old. It's very old. It's like comes from the, I don't understand this, how this has to do with postal workers. Comes from the land, comes from the earth. Maybe I'm still tuned into the earth energies in the universe. Maybe that's what's going through my head. Maybe I gotta switch gears. Postal workers. Nope. Nope. It's part of theirs. It's part of theirs. And it's like an ancient thing. How could the postal workers be ancient? It has something. Oh, okay. All right. Follow me with this. I have no idea. The indigenous travelers over time, and even the old pioneers, fur traders up here, more of the indigenous people up north in the Northwest Territories and Antarctica. I don't know how this is tied to postal workers. It's traveling, it's got messages, it's moving communications. So there's an embedded nature about the idea of communicating, messaging through time, traveling, carrying things from thing to thing. Tribes, different, groups met, communicated. Smaller and old. What does that have to do with now, though? So I think what it's saying is that energy will never leave. That's ancient. So the movement of communication, the messaging, the sending of letters, I know that's very mundane, but the sending of letters is not going to change. How it will get transferred is the other. So you can't do it the old way, like even trucks. They're going to make it more efficient. But as for this strike, I'm in the energy of a postal worker, and they're scared. They don't want to lose their job. I think Mark Carney, the prime minister, said it's not feasible or not doable the way it is. It's like the oil and coal industries. Things are changing, and we have to let go of what they have been and move forward. Digitally, we are. Everybody's getting emails, but people still need to mail things. That's still happening. It'll just get reduced and reduced and reduced. But as for this strike, let's see, what do we got? They're a little sticky. Hummingbird spirit, which is flying hummingbird. Be here now. Hummingbird spirit is about, when you see a hummingbird, it signifies just relax, enjoy life, have fun, play. Be here now is more like get into your body and stop fearing. And then horse spirit, freedom is yours, which I find I'm connecting this to the indigenous vibe feeling that I had. And it's very compact and intricate and not like a rock, but something very earthy. And then the flamingo spirit, embrace the in between. I think they need to change the energy around the strike. The energy is, I mean, you have to be defiant if you're not making enough money and your union needs to go on strike. There's also possible teacher strike, or they're talking mediation, but that's something different up here. Embrace the in between is more about letting go. You know what? We can't live like we had. Embrace what is. Amor fati. Embrace, love your fate. Adjust, and they will. I think they'll get something out of it, but I think the government, I know Danielle Smith, and she is not giving an inch. It seems like they give him something, but not enough. Oh, I know it's a federal thing, but she's conservative. She's like a female Trump up here in Alberta. Some people like her, but they're going to get what they want. But I think they're going to have, I want to say like 3 weeks off. But that's a long time. I see 3 days. No, it's already been 3 days. So 3 weeks, something like that. Or green. I see two E's. Green, 3 week. Because that has 2 E's. Something with 2 E's. I know that sounds weird. All right. Okay. Meeting with Pete Hegseth, calling all the generals and admirals, which is very expensive. Not to mention nerve-wracking. And in the past, like I said, it was a come home, everybody, rally the troops. And I think what he is going to do, I feel like I need now these cards. I have a ton of decks. I don't know if you guys know this. I have a ton of decks. And these are my Urban Crow cards. I feel like I need these because they're a little tougher. This is MJ Cullinane. I have her tarot, but this is just the Oracle, the Crow, Urban Crow Oracle. Pete. What? Okay, I'm in his energy. He's more scattered now. Before he was more solid and stern about, or not excited right now. I feel like he's pulling. And I think having Trump come is scaring him too, or making him more, I don't know, maybe provoking anxiety a little bit. What are you planning, Pete? I want them to come here and I want them to see me as in charge. I want them to see me strong and as a leader, and that they can listen to me and trust me because I know what we're doing. I want them to believe in me. I want them to see my vision. I want them to, I want to inspire them, but also make them fear me and respect me. Yeah, my mom always said there's a little fear and respect, right? And some people have said, oh, they're going to have him, because why would you need to go? I think he thinks because they're in person, he can do it better. But a lot of people have said maybe they'll have him sign an oath to Trump or, some sort of loyalty thing. I wasn't thinking that would be out of the question, but I don't think these are generals. They're not like privates or people, young men that don't know what they're doing. I keep seeing distraction. This has come up. I haven't mixed it in for whatever reason. It's staying on the bottom. So this is a distraction as well against the Epstein files. Why is my light flickering? That's weird. It doesn't ever flicker. So maybe that's a symbol of distraction. Like, look over here. Don't look. These aren't the droids you're looking for. That's a scene from Star Wars. I know most of you probably know that scene. Obi-Wan. And Hegseth thinks he isn't quite Obi-Wan, but he feels like he can inspire them. He feels his ego is gigantic. I do feel like he's having some imbibing. He's imbibing some of the spirits that he used to. He needs them right now. He feels like he needs them, and he's kind of rationalizing it. Okay, what do you want to say? Oh, distraction. And that was on top. I swear. I shuffled, and now it's on top. I think. Maybe I put it on top. Maybe I did. And then self-interest. This is somebody stealing. You see the crow stealing the mouse. An anomaly. Anomaly is mutant crow. I think he wants to be, he thinks he's different. He believes he's different. He believes he knows what to do. I wonder if he's a Sagittarius. I don't know. A lot of people in the military have a lot of strong Mars, Aries in their chart. Stubbornness, Taurus. Sagittarians know the truth. Are they very honest? They're the teachers of the world. The good, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying sometimes they're honest beyond. Really. But he thinks he's different. And he wants to be seen, and he wants to get that ego stroked. He's like, look at me. I'm doing it. You guys need to trust me and respect me. As for Trump, okay. We got the grief card. Interesting. And they're looking, I think this is what they're going to see when they hear him, or what they're going to feel when they hear Trump speak. It may be as bad as the UN speech. It may inspire a few, but I think most of the generals and admirals are embarrassed by his lack of morality, ethics, control, um, vocabulary, character, pick things, moral, ethics. Trump. Teamwork, preparation. Okay. So he does want them to, he's the same as Pete Hegseth, where he wants to, inspire them in his weird, deformed way. Preparation. He's setting the ground rules. And I said this before with Hegseth, he wants to shave off he wants to explain it so you can get their buy-in to use them on American soil, which is against the Constitution. And I feel like some of them, they're all very, gung-ho people, but some of them are just, I think there's a few that might agree with him, but not too many. I don't feel like I think it's a waste of money, and it's an exercise in egotism. All right, as for the shutdown, the government shutdown, I'm going to pull several decks on this. So the Democrats have a list. Because the Republicans are super fantastic at messaging. They can market, and Trump is from the rooftops yelling, and he's saying it's the Democrats' fault. And he's going to put the shutdown on them. And they want to add, this is what they've been saying. Oh, the Democrats want to add a transgender healthcare, immigrant, alien, illegal immigrant healthcare to this. And that's why we're fighting against it. And people will believe him. Bat spirit. I thought I said bat shit. Bat spirit. Rebirth is assured. So there'll be a shutdown. I know Chuck Schumer. Guys, I consider myself a moderate Democrat. More on the conservative side because I believe we need to be fiscally responsible. But socially, I think there should be a lot of safety nets. I feel like we are a community, not just, and I am for individual rights and you can have a gun or whatever. I'm fine with that. But the Democrats are not getting maybe their bad shit together right now. I know they will. Things are going to change at the midterms, but it just feels like there's a lot of moving parts. So Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. Chuck Schumer gave in, and I know he was between a rock and a hard place last time, but I think visually, energetically, he should have pushed back, at least made it look like we were pushing back last time. And this time, I know Trump says he's going to fire all these workers. I feel like they're going to draw a line in the sand, the Democrats, reclaim their power. We had that Panther spirit earlier. I think they are. They're not going to give in till they are willing to, the Republicans in Congress or the Senate are going to say, okay, well, logically, they're going to put off some decision, but they're going to say, okay, it'll continue. We're not going to expire. Will they do that? The thing will expire, the subsidies for Medicaid and Obamacare. I don't feel like they can make that happen. I'm sorry. I don't feel like they're going to make that happen during this shutdown, the Democrats. But they are going through the budget, which is another shutdown later or another end of November. Will the government shut down? Will they? Be fearless and bold. Again, it's like reclaiming your power. Oh my goodness. You guys saw me. Be fearless and bold. which is is that a Wolverine? Oh no, Badger. I'm sorry, Badger. Be fearless and bold. Slow and steady wins the race, meaning don't get emotional. Be strong and know that you're in the right. And then I got the Panther again. 3 times I've gotten this. Reclaim your power. So the Dems have to do this. So I feel like they're going to stand the ground. I don't think they're going to give in. Let me pull a couple more in this one. Will there be a shutdown? Oh, this one came up. The sun. This is going to really show what the truth is behind this shutdown. And people are going to be really strong. Whatever happens, it's going to be a positive thing. Well, we don't want people to get laid off or fired, but I think Trump's inability to govern, because he lives in his head of power and greed, and all his people do. Oh, I shut down. They're going to see it's not organized. He can't do it. They can't. They're gonna give in. The Senate will say they are doing something for the people, but I do feel like they're going to give the Democrats something. 6 of Wands, and this is the card of success after a fight. So maybe that's going to happen. The Moon. But we have to worry about the future because they may do something and down the road. It's going to be a temporary relief. That's what it is. Temporary relief. And they're going to extend it. But the Democrats are going to get something out of it. We're going to get something out of it. I don't know what that is, which is good. I don't think they will just down the road. I think they're going to reestablish those subsidies. Maybe only temporarily, but that's okay because then we'll have a new Congress and maybe we can make them permanent. Okay, I think that was it. All right, you guys, trying to make it short and sweet, and I will talk to you later. Thanks again. If you guys like what you see here, please subscribe, share, like, comment, all the things that you do. You're lovely. Blessings to all. Till next time.